I saw the reaction.
Okay.
And I saw what the people say and what the people talk about it. When you see the reaction come up from the bench, it's no doubt David Price was right. Because you're not erupt the bench without notice what's going on the field. Joe Mata control all his players. Nobody going to be saying stuff out of the out of the dugout with no reason.
Exactly.
And I think that's exactly what I thought.
Ozzie, let me ask you this. I've always been a huge critic of these umpires in baseball and what have you. I think they're antagonistic. I think they instigate a lot of stuff that they're not given credit for instigating. But it's rare that I hear them being called liars. And based on what you're saying, you say you believe David Price. Obviously, the umpire categorically denied he cursed. He cursed at Price. Are you saying? I mean, is it? Are they custom? Do they tell the truth? Do they tell some fibs sometimes? Is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe when you know what to say, I curse to the kid, because we're human beings, we're men. We always curse each other during the game, back and forth.
We're human beings.
Wait, even you?
Well, that's the only thing I learned first time.
We're human beings, Skip Bayless.
We're humans. We're humans, and obviously, 3 hours game. It's, obviously you do it. It was the right thing to the umpire say, yes, I did. Well, I will deny it too, because is two people know what they say. That's the umpire and David Price, and that's what we got to go for.
Wait, you're saying you would deny it as well, even if you did it?
Well, if I was, not really.
Okay.
Not this guy.
I take a lot of suspension because I was so honest, because I never deny. I remember tweet during the game, I never mentioned anyone. I never mentioned anything. I say, it's a tough guy. You show up to the ballpark today. All of a sudden, I had a couple $1,000 paying to the league, and plus I had a couple of days suspension.
Okay. So Hallian threw you out, what, 3-4 times maybe?
I don't remember. I know once. I just look at my iPhone and look at his picture and throw me out. But he's not the only one.
Describe him as an umpire.
Well, I think he's a very professional. He got a lot of years in the league.
Yeah.
I think
he's a crew chief.
He's a crew chief.
Yeah.
He's been there for forever.
Yeah.
And the respect he have and the belief he have in the game is very good. That's why maybe the intensity of the game or the part of the game, he went on with that.
No, look, I have nothing but respect for David Price, Vanderbilt University. But it's not unusual for an umpire to get upset with a player and use a curse word back to him, right? That happens.
Not really, but that happened a lot. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
That happened with the game when I was a player, when I was a coach, when I was a managing. Of course, that happened through the season. Of course, it happened a lot of time.
He's just using the language of baseball. He's not cursing at David Price, but he's just trying to make his point.
He just says something everybody say baseball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So that wasn't unusual.
I don't think so.
No. What?
Well, wait a minute, fellas. Wait a minute, fellas. David Price has been around a long time. He understands the vernacular that takes place in the sport of baseball. He's been around long enough. He knows what's protocol, what's acceptable or what have you. I'm not going to sit there and I don't know. I wasn't there, and I'm certainly not going to contribute to accusations about who's a liar and who's not. But what I will say is that David Price has been in Major League Baseball long enough to understand what's par for the course, per se, and what's beyond the pale.